That's like, I don't understand the psychology of telling a side chick you love them. Now we mashallah. Because then if you're telling me as a side chick that you love me, then I'm thinking maybe this nigga is in a situation, he's not happy where he is, he's not.
Hello. Mana-ke ubani wena uzofika la emzini wami uhamba ngemoto kamnyeni wami uzugqoke ne-shirt like
Oh, aski sibona ke le bala maitse wa ka. Nna le bitso la ka ke Phindi ne. Ene ke tlile fela ho bolela for monna hao. Ke moja fail. Bye ne.
Mpo, a married man.
Oh, Mpo.
This is a very typical story in terms of
a lot of married men go.
In terms of marriages, actually, here in South Africa, it's a very, very typical story.
Which is really sad. Like, it's really sad.
Why?
That they always end up like that. Like, people just always wanting to be outside and having extramarital relations, and they're bored of their families and things like that. Like, bro, a part of me just feels like you probably should not have been married if you find your family boring and the whole structure. The whole point is that you marry into that because that is your new life. Like, that is who you are now. That is what you probably found most exciting in your life.
So the one thing that I noticed in this whole thing, and I was just like thinking about it, I was like, okay, this is actually a very good depiction of what like a lot of like marriages go through in SA. And it's like, okay, the guy gets married and then you have kids, and then okay, kids take up more time, and then you have less time to each other and all that kind of stuff. It was cool. And then okay, so the wife's main complaint is that she was doing everything on her own.
Absolutely.
Like she was taking care of the kids, the house, everything, while most of the time he's out with his friends.
Yep, enjoying.
Yeah, so she's always tired, so she didn't have much energy.
And then he'll come back from where he's coming from, drunk, and then month 6. And she feels like, bro, you're being unfair now.
So I understood, like, from that perspective, why she didn't want to, or she couldn't, because she's either too tired or too busy, that kind of stuff, which probably wasn't.
Although some of the times it was very cringe, like, guy or girl, now you're taking it a little too far. Like, it's almost like it was always no, you know what I mean? Like, it was never like. But then I don't know, maybe it's because obviously we're watching a show that's giving us snippets into the situation. But every single time that we watched and he asked, she said no. At that point, you should probably ask yourself as a person, like, if I'm always saying no and this person's constantly wanting sex, like, where am I expecting them to have sex? Like, to get sex? Because as a person that is a little bit important in a person's life. So it's like, well, if you say no, then and you know that person wants, then so I felt like it was kind of selfish a little bit, like, on her part. But then also it is understandable why she's tight, but then there are times when it's like you just go and prioritize something else so silly instead of getting to it, knowing that you guys don't ever get to that chance. That happens a lot in households. Like, guys get rejected a lot, like that a lot. And that is why, if we're being honest, a lot of guys end up cheating, like going outside, because every time they're asking, they're not getting. Then it's like, hi, bo, what must happen? So, like, I do feel like that if they were having a little bit more sex, he wouldn't have cheated, but then again, he's now already cheating, so now he's a serial cheater because he's used to cheating, to the point that now it's like he almost doesn't see his wife doing those things much. That now he's used to getting them outside, that not getting them outside is gonna be weird for him.
So in terms of this whole, like, that whole story, my thing was like, her whole chat was like, she was busy telling me, do you think I want to do these things as well? You think I like doing these things,
Yeah.
So I also want to go out with my friends and all that stuff like that. I'm like, that's cap. That is cat. She loves doing those things.
No.
Like, okay,
no,
let's
no.
just listen.
Okay.
She loves these things because you know
Yes.
why? She loves. She's getting security in the whole thing, and that's
But
what
like
she wants.
we don't only live for that. Like just listen to
But
this.
that's what you. But
No,
that's,
hear me out. That is a great thing, nah?
Uh-huh.
That is a great thing. But it's greater when your partner equally is enjoying that thing with you. Do you know? Then it's an ultimate. But if it's like only one-sided,
You
it's lonely. You're doing those things because you love your people. You love your family. You want to see them happy. You want them to come home to a comfortable home, to a warm home. You don't if you are on the streets and with your friends, who's gonna be doing that? Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, if you're a mature woman in your home, you're gonna know that you need to hold things together if you want your home to be a warm home. And that's why she knows, like, I can't, like, look, I just choose to just do everything on my own because I know that I know how to do it. And just like I'm Nandi, like, you know, as my people. But now you as a guy, you see that as an opportunity to now go do funny things. Do you know what I mean? To go and cheat instead of like, let me be here with my partner, you know? Like the least I can do is just be here with her in her presence or help her out or whatever. Since she's doing all of these things for us. And she in as much as she'd like to hang out with the friends, but she chooses her family more than the friends. Like the family
Yes,
comes
okay.
first. So it's like she wishes the happiness would be in the home.
But she's doing what drives her. That's the thing. That's what drives her.
No.
The family drives her. Her
Yes,
family drives her.
yes.
Yes.
Yes,
The family
yes.
drives her.
Yeah.
And for the guy, for Umpo, sex drives him, and he's not getting that at home. So you see what the problem is.
Yeah.
She's doing what drives her, and even though as much as she's complaining about it or whatever,
But
she's only complaining because
she's still doing something that gives her the most satisfaction.
yes, she's satisfied in what she's doing. She only complains because he's not pulling his weight. If he
Yeah.
was pulling his weight like he was at the end, then she wouldn't have no problem at all.
Yeah.
She'd be very happy.
That's
But
fair.
he's like at the end, he does everything that she wants and everything. He's now the prison father,
Mm-hmm.
cleaning up in the house, everything like that. But he's not fulfilled.
Yeah.
Because that's not what drives him.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing. It's like, okay, women always think, why doesn't this guy always choose his family or whatever. But they fail to understand that that's not what drives him. And even though he said it, he said it. Yo, I just like getting my dick sucked. Can't I just get my dick sucked every once in a while? You know?
Yeah.
And then you go on and say, so you don't tell me about getting your dick sucked.
Yeah.
We have a family to raise and all those things.
Yeah.
You know? So
And
it's
to
just that.
be fair, we're not always raising a family all the time. Like, yes, we are, but just like relax a bit. Like,
Like sometimes the guy will tell you, no, this is what I like. This is what I
Yeah.
enjoy doing. And
I mean, if he
shut
tells
that
you,
down.
this is what he likes, and you still don't want to do it, like, you can't be mad at that person.
So now this is what mostly happens, like in these situations. It's like the woman will do what fulfills them, and then the man will also be there, or sometimes maybe not, like in Paul's case, because that's not what drives him. So if most women would also put in like that effort that they put into their families, into like keeping that relationship like fun and
Yeah.
youthful and just having sex more often, you know, all those kind of things, then you'll find more often than not, the man will not have a reason to cheat.
Absolutely.
Because niggas love their wives. Like
Yeah.
you even saw with him, even at the end, that no man, like he loves his
Yeah.
wife. He loves his
Above
wife.
all the other things.
And
that
he regret what he did.
Yeah.
You know, he was sad and he didn't want to lose his wife and everything.
Yeah.
But because he wasn't fulfilled, he had like he didn't have to do it, but he just did it because he wasn't
Yeah.
fulfilled. So that's the whole
Yeah.
dynamic behind it.
Absolutely.
That's why it's like it's such a
That it's crazy that most of the time these situations are actually preventable. Like you can avoid the situation, but it's just that the other party sometimes is not always willing to do that thing that might stop the thing from actually happening, and then instead we just get angry at the person's action to do that thing, or like I'm mad. I don't want to give you sex, but I'm mad that you're cheating. I'm mad that you're going to find sex.
It doesn't make
I'd
sense.
rather divorce you than actually adjust myself.
Like, does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense. And I think that's why a lot of people are even divorcing and things like that. It's because we just don't want to compromise as people. Like, it's just crazy.
So in the end, it shows like he became everything that she needed him to be.
Yeah.
And clearly he wasn't getting the sex that he wanted from her. And
Yeah.
he was bored. He was like, okay, I'm doing everything here, but I'm not fulfilled here. This is not.
And she's probably not doing it with so much enthusiasm as well.
So that's just that whole dynamic. Okay, so what did you think about like Mpo's like side chick, like the crazy side chick?
Oh my
What do
gosh.
you think about that?
That girl is the one example of why men should just not have side chicks. Like, that shows you why you should not have a side chick.
Why do you
Like,
think she's like that though?
well, because even though women sometimes they might agree to like, oh, I don't mind, we can be doing this casually or whatever, but women catch feelings. Women catch feelings. Like, even though we can like, oh no, we can be sex buddies or whatever, and like, oh no, sometimes women will say they don't catch feelings and things like that. That is utter bullshit. I'm sorry if I do say so myself, but we kind of made like that. I don't know, but we kind of fashioned that way where we do catch feelings, especially if you continuously having sex with someone like over and over. You know what I mean? You're bound to start feeling some type of way, and you start getting jealous, and then you start wanting to like thinking, for instance, a married man. You're dating a married man. You're having sex with a married man. Like, when he's here, he's your everything. Like, you know, he does everything for you. Like, you guys are. He gives you this great relationship, for instance, that maybe you haven't had in a long time, right? That's like, I don't understand the psychology of telling a side chick you love them. Now we mashallah, because then if you're telling me as a side chick that you love me, then I'm thinking maybe this nigga is in a situation, he's not happy where he is, he's not. Unfortunately, woman nature will not allow us to always have things string attached, like no strings attached like that.
So in terms of Mpo's character, I liked it at the end where he realized with his shit, I'm about to lose my wife.
Yeah.
And it kicked in that no, everything that he was doing was not worth losing his wife.
Absolutely.
And then he had to go beg his wife.
Which is something a lot of men go through in these situations that's why men ain't trying to get caught when they're cheating, right? Obviously, well, nobody's trying to get caught, but they definitely know that if push comes to shove, if you, whoever you are, I want my wife, I want my family, you know. And unfortunately, some may forgive you, some may not.
So yeah, that just goes to show that most of the time cheating is not worth it.
Yep.
It's not worth losing your wife and your family. And in his case, he was lucky that he was able to save the marriage and get his wife back.
And beg his way.
But most men do not have the same fate. Most men end up regretting that decision they made.
And the worst situation is when your wife starts leaving you while she's with you. And when she knows, like, let's say she knows you're cheating, then she decides to keep quiet.
Do you think that what she was doing?
She was planning to do that. He was lucky that he did that, even though it was bad, but it was good that he did that so she can actually speak and say something about it. But she was slowly leaving him. That's why the first thing she uttered when they had that argument was, I want a divorce. You must know that woman is done. But when a woman keeps quiet and she goes on, she gets used to that fact that you're cheating, she keeps quiet about it, and she goes about her life. She's plotting her way out of that relationship. She's thinking about her life now post you. Like, okay, so counting, what am I gonna do now? Okay, I'm gonna move like this. What? Okay, this is what she's already counting.
Yeah, she's already plotting.
Yes. And then now it's just a matter of one day, it's either you're gonna piss me off that I tell you I'm leaving, or like something, or I just decide one day like, hey, bro, I'm done. I'm just not happy anymore, or whatever. She wants to say, oh, I found out you were cheating. She's just gonna be like, I'm done. When she doesn't even want to fight, like, no, it's not even a fight. I'm going.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just that it's done. And it will always be, you'll be unawares. Like, you're just gonna be caught, like, it's still comfortable. Maybe when you're cheating when I'm nanti. And she's gone. And at that time, it's difficult for her to once that is off, it's off. It's like, because we don't switch off like that in a day, Tina. It's like,
Takes a while.
it takes a while. Like, it takes a while. And it's like, when you don't, now you're done. It's like, that person. Like, now you can't even stand them. You don't even want to be in the same room as that person.
Cool. So that was the character of Paul, the family man. Well, luckily for him, he did save his marriage and
Yeah.
he went back to normal.
But also well played. He played that part
yeah,
very well.
he played it very well.
He played it very well.
You
The
could
thirsty
believe,
husband.
yeah,
He played the
you could
thirsty
believe that,
husband.
this guy could actually be like this.
Yeah. Like, this is him. I know this guy. This is definitely him.
Yeah. You guys let us know what you think about adulting. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
And keep watching. Bye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.